Now coming in for check day 2 on this string of sets. Water's fluctuating crazy. Yesterday it was back here below this rock. Now it's back up here again. It's kind of hard to trap when you got water fluctuations this crazy. But I'll take off. Let's start checking these sets. Hopefully we've got some catches somewhere. I want one of these snares to hit bad. We'll find out in a little bit. See you down the line. Here I'm set number 1. No takers on it again. But the sign is still active in the area. Nothing fresh since I made the set, but they're due to come back and check all these mounds. Right here. Hopefully you can see the pan of the trap under there. Right here's their approach coming up here to check all their mounds. About 4 to 5 inches of water. We'll move on down the line, see if we've got any catches. Set number 1, no takers. Here I am at set number 2. I do have a nutria. And I have to get him dispatched. He's not done, but it's catch number 1. We'll see you in a minute. I'll take a better look at him once we get him dispatched. He's just sitting there looking at me. Catch number 1 is in the boat. Mind you, it's a nutria. I know. Still not bad. Pretty good sized nutria. And I'll get it. Get on down the line. See if we made any decent catches besides this. But we ain't skunked. We'll continue down the line. Y'all, I just come upon this goofy looking fish. I whopped it with a stick. It was having issues in the bushes, but it's got weird looking camouflage. I think it's a grinnell, but it don't look like any of the ones we're used to seeing. Say it's still alive, but I didn't know if it's a snakehead or grinnell. It just looked funny. Got weird camouflage, different than I'm used to seeing. It's all mottled up. I mean, it's got the bow fin, the grinnell bow fin, dorsal fin, and open up, buddy. It does have teeth and little barbels on the end of his nose, but I didn't know what it was. I figured it might have been a snakehead because I was used to grinnell being shorter and fatter, and this is long and skinny. Probably a grinnell, but it just had a different appearance, being all mottled up, camouflage, kind of like a rattlesnake. But you never know what you're going to find. But it was already having issues in the weeds, something wrong with it. I just finished it off, and say it don't have teeth like a snakehead, I don't think. It's just got clamper jaw teeth and grinnell teeth. I'll move on down the line. You just never know what you're going to see out here. We'll get on to the next set. Well, come to the next set. Here's that crossover. Snare still sitting in the crossover. Didn't get pulled down. We will continue moving down. But got the one catch and the weird looking grinnell, and gonna keep moving down. Well, we're gonna remake this set. This snare loop got knocked down and not pulled tight, just knocked down and pushed out of the way. I'm gonna change it up again tonight. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna close up the gap around it, and had a good suggestion about draping grass over everything. Just make it like a inviting little tunnel for them to go through. I'm gonna try that, and I'll turn the camera back on. I hope you can see that. Put the loop back in. Strung grass across the top on a little stick I put in. And let's see if that works. But this snare got pulled down. Going to keep going. Move on down. Hopefully we've got another catch somewhere. I have nothing in this set right here either. But I had a catch here yesterday, and just gonna let it hunt. It's in a good spot. Send it up right here between where the crawl out is. Trap's bedded right there. I can see the pan. And we'll continue down the line. Hopefully we got a catch somewhere. We still got 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 or 5 left to go check on a string of 9. But don't get discouraged if you ain't making catches. I mean, it's the definition of insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That makes trappers insane, I guess. But eventually it'll hit. We'll continue down the line. Well, I had the trap set up here on a caster mound, run out here to deepest waters I could get to set the drowner anchor in. And apparently it wasn't enough, because right there is a trap that has been pulled about 8 feet down the cable, and a pullout apparently happened right there. We'll see. I'm gonna get it reset. Right there is my trap laying on the bottom, fired. It was a miss. See you in a minute. I have remade my caster mound right here between 2 of theirs, and put a little bit of Blackie's tail slapper here and a little here with the trap bedded right in front of it. We'll go back out on deep water, tighten the cable up back on the drowner end, and hope for a catch tomorrow. Should have had one here today, just pulled out. Cable slack, and I guess it was able to make it up here close enough to the bank, get some good leverage, and the little tank pulled out, I guess. But I'll set the anchor out in deeper water, make it tight so they won't happen again, hopefully. But we'll try it again. Move on down. Well, just got to this caster mound where I caught that beaver yesterday, where I recastered it, rebedded the trap right on the other side of that little log, and the trap is not there. And there's my cable. Cable's still there. I'll run it out in deep water, if I can find the anchor, get it pulled in. Hopefully we've got a catch. But the trap's not in its bed. We'll see in a minute. I do have a very, very nice big beaver. I mean, big old beaver. Back foot catch. I will get him out of the trap, get the set remade. But heck yeah, that ain't no little 2-year-old. That's full grown. We'll get a better look at him back up here at the boat ramp, but had a little difficulty getting him rolled into the boat. That's when you know you got a good one. I'll get the trap reset and move down to the last 2 to check for the day. But I got 2 catches, and I'm on the board with a big beaver. Well, I got to this set. This is the next to last set. This is the one where the beaver had that log pulled across the caster mound and didn't set the trap off, and I said I'd probably have one tonight. Trap's not in its bed. I have hooked to the cable, I'm gonna track it down in the deep water, get the anchor pulled up, and see if we've held on to it. But the trap is not in its bed. We will see, but the trap's not where I put it. Hopefully, we've got it out there on the deep water end. We'll see in a minute. Well, beaver number 2 is in the boat. I'll get him drug over in here. I don't know how big he is yet. The tail is long. Not a wide tail, but that's as far as I've gotten so far. It's a back foot catch halfway across the foot and above the webbing. But it felt pretty good picking him up off the bottom, pulling the cable up. We'll see in a few minutes. It's another pretty good beaver. I'd say 42, 45 pounds. Not as big as the first one, but a big beaver. It ain't a 2-year-old. I'll get the set remade and move down to the last one, which is the snare up in that little ditch. I hope we got one there too. We'll see in a few minutes. Well, I tried hard to catch this beaver in a snare and was finally successful. This is one of the snares we got from Jeromy Cooley from Out West Adventures. And I have worked hard for that one. Nice beaver, 2-year-old. I'll get him dispatched. We'll take a better look at him. He's sitting there puffing up at me now. That's beaver number 3 for the morning. 3 beaver, 1 nutria out of 9 sets. That is amazing. See, I'm new to the snaring, and this set looked like something I wanted to try, and I'm glad I did. See you in a few minutes. This is my catch of the day. It's the one big nutria, tank of a beaver. There's the 2-year-old I got in the snare, and another good beaver. 3 adult beaver and a big nutria. I'm going to head to the house, get them all skinned up, and thanks for following along, and thanks to Jeromy Cooley from Out West Adventures for sending us the snares. There's catch number 1 in them. Thank you very much.